What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph. You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Tool. Yes, indeed. Tool Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, well then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Supervised Chaos, and this is actually Supervised Chaos's prioritized request for the month of March for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Chaos. Hope you enjoy the show, man. Supervised Chaos want to see me react to this. It is Tool with a tune called Triad. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by Tool, no surprise there. And the video has 1.7 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Tool, Triad, audio. Clear cut, to the point. I like it. Okay, so from what I've been told, this is the third part of the quote-unquote holy trinity of Tool. Trust me, we're gonna talk about that later. Yeah, but this is the third part of the trinity. So I went back and I did refresh my memory on the other two before I listened to this. So I think we'll be okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Yep, picking up. Already I'm liking it. We got the 3 against the 4. People, I hate to pause so soon, but I'm already digging the groove because we got the 3 against the 4. And I've had a lot of people in the comments ask, what do I mean by that? Well, what do you mean when you say 3 against the 4? Check this out. Let's go back. Oop. Go back. Yes, go back. A little more. Okay, so we are. It really depends on how you're feeling it. Everybody's going to feel one way or the other about this. The way that they've set this up, it really feels more inclined to be associated with 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, can the argument be made for 3/8? Yeah, the argument can be made for that, sure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can make that argument, absolutely. But I'm feeling up more of a 6/8. I guess it's because I'm associating it with the kick. Check it out. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Four, five, six. Bum, 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 bum. And like I said, you could call that 3/8, absolutely, but 6/8 just feels better to me. It doesn't feel as stiff. 3/8, especially when you're going at this type of a tempo with this type of a feel. If you try to count it in 3/8, it's going to feel stiff. Where if you count it in 6/8, it's going to be a little more laid back, a little more relaxed. Now, here's the interesting part. We talked about the question. What do I mean 3 against the 4? Well, 3 or 6, it's still a subdivision of 3. So it all you divide it down, you go to that prime number of 3, right? Okay, so you got the 3. Yeah, it's 6/8, I know, but we're gonna go with a 3. Now you could also count this in 4. Watch. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If they wanted to, right out of that field, they could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I mean by 3 against the 4. You could, I mean, it's a little rougher. Talk about being stiff, trying to count 3/8 against this. 4's going to be a little tougher to count, but still manageable, still doable, especially the way that it can flow and transition from one to the other. That's something that Tool does really well. Another band I love that does that really well is Soilwork. They love putting the 3 against the 4. One of the reasons why they're one of my favorite bands. So it's already intriguing. I'm already kind of vested into this, and we're not even a minute in. So that's a good sign. Feels like it's going to be an instrumental. Walk out of blood, man. Really pulling a bounce up there. Now we kick in. The snare now just even... See, now the addition of the snare and the snare placement even reinforces even further the feel of 6/8 as opposed to 3/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's that snare, man. That's really, now that that's kicked in, that's really reinforcing that 6 feel as opposed to 3. We're almost, well, I mean, we're practically halfway through the song. No lyrics yet. We've had vocalizations from Maynard. I believe that's Maynard. This looks like it's going to be an instrumental. It's what it sounds like to me. Nothing wrong with that. From when it comes to instrumentals, I expect a little more intricacy from the individual musicians, like Adam. I mean, Adam's been doing lines. He's been doing soloistic lines, which is nice. I like that, but I don't know. I just feel like if it's going to be instrumental, it needs to have a little more depth. It has to have a little more meat on the bone. You know what I mean? This is, so far, this is kind of sparse. Now, the song has kicked in now. Everybody's coming in now full volume. Everybody's coming in full power now, except Maynard. But if it's going to be instrumental, he's not going to be a factor. Let's see. I mean, like I said, we're practically halfway through the song. Let's see what the second half has to offer. Let's see if we can put some meat on that bone. Black 2 root. I like that. No, just 3 to 7 that time. 6, 3, 1. Okay. Flat 5 4 to 1. Interesting. Ha 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 ha! What was I just talking about at the beginning? It'd be really easy to transition from 3 to 4 with this type of a feel, this type of a groove, this type of a direction. What did they just do? Danny Carey just switched to 4, while everybody else stayed in 3. I think basic guitar are still on 3, but Danny switched to 4. That's totally fun. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ha ha ha! And now he switched back to a 3 group. Lock in with that ride. The ride, we're back into 6 again. Oh, now he's got the high ping with 4. 2, 3, 4. Ooh. 4 against 3. Four, 3, 1. 5, 5, 4, 1. 7, 3. Oh, that's 4. I'm sorry. 7, 4, 1. Okay, that's the next one. I like how we ended with that guitar coming out. Just on it, everybody else is fading out, and guitar really kind of it grew against the descent and everything else. That was nice. A nice little inversion within itself. That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. Honestly, sitting here thinking about it, I already talked about pretty much everything I want to talk about as far as the song goes. So there's not really a whole lot to discuss. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Let me make sure I got everything in my head. I think I do. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Tool with Triad. And this was a request from Supervised Chaos. And this was actually Supervised Chaos's prioritized request for the month of March for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Chaos. Hope you enjoyed the show. Okay, I was thinking about this, and I was gathering all my thoughts together, and honestly, 90% of what I was going to talk about, we talked about during the course of the reaction. So there's really no reason to go back and, at length discuss these things. I'm going to hit the bullet points, obviously. I'm going to mention them, but this could be, well, then again, I don't know. We'll see. This may go on a little longer than I thought. I guess we'll have to just kind of play this one by ear and see how it goes. Let's start with the score, and we'll go from there. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 7.8. Yep, 7.8. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.8. What does that mean? Well, a 7.8 will translate to a really good skill rating. So overall, I think this was a really good song. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. So there you go, 7.8, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, first of all, I know there may be Tool fans out there. I'm not saying everybody, but there might be a few Tool fans watching on the channel who are absolutely losing their minds right now. This deserves a 10. This deserves a 9. Okay, listen, that is absolutely your opinion, and you are certainly entitled to it. And I'm not going to dispute that with you. I mean, if you feel that this deserves a 9, okay, well, that's wonderful. I feel this deserves a 7.8, okay? Just looking at the song as an instrumental. Instrumental songs can be a little bit tricky. If you're going to do an instrumental song, the focus should be on the instrumentation, and the instrumentation has to bring enough body of work, enough meat on the bone, if you will, to give the song as much life as possible. Now, if we're being honest here, I think we can be honest with each other. I think we've known each other long enough that, I can be honest with you, and hopefully not too many people will lose their minds. Is this the best instrumental song I've ever heard in my life? Absolutely not. I have heard many other instrumental songs, quite honestly, and I hate to sound blunt here, but quite honestly, just absolutely bury this song, okay? They do. Nothing against the song. Listen, like I said, I'm giving this a really good score. I do feel it's a really good song. If you're just, I'm just saying, there's no way this was going to be up in the 9s. There's no possible way. I did try to get this up in the 8th. I did, but I didn't find enough meat on that bone to really justify giving it an 8. What was happening within the song was done really well, absolutely. Bass playing was solid. If I'm being honest, I think the bass playing was probably the weakest link in the chain between Danny, Adam, and Justin. I think that was definitely the weakest link, was the bass playing. Now, does that mean he did a bad job? No, I'm not saying that. Guys, open your ears and listen to what I'm saying. I am not saying Justin did a bad job. I'm just saying, out of the 3 instrumentations on this one particular song, he was the weakest link, okay? It wasn't impressive. It was pretty standard stuff. I mean, it wasn't really anything all that technically impressive whatsoever, but it sounded good and it fit the context of the song, so it's fine. Adam's guitar work on this, I'm gonna put it in second place. It was solid. It definitely lent to the song. It definitely added some meat on the bone, I guess. I'm just going to keep using that reference, aren't I? It definitely put some meat on the bone, but not a whole lot. It a little bit here, a little bit there, a little squeege over here, equated out to what he was playing. A lot of chordal playing. Now, there were the sections where he would come in with that lead line. What he was playing during that lead line, would I say that was all that technically impressive? No. A lot of sustained work. Utilizing or giving him the opportunity to really utilize that wah pedal and bends. Lots of bends, lots of wah pedal high up on the envelope. There was movement, there was motion, yes, but I've heard from Adam, just from, and I'm not talking about other guitar players. I'm talking about just from Adam. I have heard far more impressive playing from him than this, okay? What he played, a little on the simpler side, it fit the song, it sounded good within the context of the song. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying this is another factor that didn't push the song up into the 8s or the 9s. I've heard better from him. I've heard more impressive from him. But what he played in this song fit the context of the song like a glove, so I'm not complaining about it. The most impressive thing about the song, honestly, was Danny, and it really came down to his ability to put the 3 against the 4, which I talked about at length during the course of the reaction, so I'm not going to talk about it again. But he really did a great job of tastefully, utilizing primarily the 6/8, and every once in a while he would throw the 4/4 in there just to show you that he could do it, just to give some extra girth to the song, some extra meat on the bone. It sounded fine. I liked everything he did. I really have no complaint about anything that Danny did at all. Now, looking at this song, looking at other songs Danny has played on, can we honestly say this song was the most impressive work that we've heard from Danny? No, absolutely not. That's why this is not going up in the 8s and the 9s. It's nothing that they did wrong. It's nothing that they did poorly. It's nothing they did badly. I've just from Tool's own standards, I've heard stronger songs than this. I still enjoyed it. I still like the song. I still had a good time listening to it. The song kind of gave me, I know this is going to sound weird, but Tool fans, hear me out. If you've been listening to Tool for a long time, hear me out. Let's go back in time a little bit here. There was a track way back on Undertow. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been the last track of that album. It was the album, the song was called, if I'm not mistaken, the song was called Disgustipated. And it had this whole long spiel at the beginning with Maynard, like he was giving a sermon about how the carrots needed to be saved. And I'm just like, the carrots, okay. And from there on out, there were okay, I wouldn't say vocals, but there were vocalizations done throughout this is necessary and life feeds on life. That's pretty much all they said during the course of the entire song. They just kept saying these two things over and over and over again. This song kind of gave me vibes of that, with the vocalizations in the beginning, just, here and there, sparsely put in. It kind of gave me that vibe a little bit. And again, the 3 against the 4, which also Disgust Pitted followed in extent, much like this song did. I got no problem with it. I just thought it was kind of funny. In closing, I'm just gonna wrap this up, and what I'm gonna say might offend some people. Some Tool fans might really get rattled by what I'm gonna say. I've been reading the comments on the other 2 songs that are part of this quote-unquote holy trinity, okay? Listen, that is a term that Tool fans come up with, okay? That is a fan that, not just Tool fans, but fans of bands in general. They will find these 3 songs that blend together really well, okay? Now, and the fans take it upon themselves to declare that this is the holy trinity of the album, or of that band in general. That is very presumptuous. When you're gonna say that about those 3 songs to represent the holy trinity of every piece of work that band has put out so far and will put out in the future, that's very presumptuous. I question those people. Now, if other fans will say, well, this is the holy trinity of that album, okay, I can stomach that. I can accept that. I can say, okay, especially when the 3 songs bleed into each other like these 3 did. And that's perfectly fine. Now, did Tool mean for that to happen? Okay, there's 2 answers to that question. Did Tool mean for this to have one song bleed into the next, bleed into the next? Obviously they did, because of the way they had the fade-ins and the fade-outs and the fade-ins into the next. Obviously it was planned. That was not a mistake. Did Tool do that with the intention? Did they declare that these 3 songs are the holy trinity of the album? I don't know. I don't know if that was actually ever declared by the band. Now, if the band makes that declaration and says, this song, and this song, these 3 songs put together, combined, they are the holy trinity of the album. Okay, then at that point, dispute over, discussion over, they said it, it is now lore, okay? It is now fact. The problem is, I've never heard Tool say that, and no one in the comments has been able to say with any backing or any evidence that was declared by Tool. Everything I've read in the comments from individuals has been, that these 3 songs are the Holy Trinity. And the reason I'm making such a big deal about this is people in the comments have been saying to me that you have to listen to these 3 songs all together. You have to listen to these 3 songs in order to enjoy them. If you don't listen to these 3 songs, you're basically creating you're being criminal in your actions when you don't listen to these 3 songs all together.
I respectfully disagree.
People are free to listen to music however they want. If they want to listen to the first track, and then they want to listen to the 3rd track, and then they want to listen to the 2nd track, you are absolutely free to do so, okay? I'm not saying that you have to listen to it in this order. This is not a concept album, okay? These 3 songs, there was no mention by anybody that these 3 songs tell one continuous story. Therefore, you can listen to these songs in any order you want, pause in between each song if you want, stop after listening to the first song, go back and listen to it 5 more times, you don't have to listen to all 3 in a row. So to all people in the comments who are telling me I have to listen to these 3 songs in order, one after the other, no stopping in between, no, I don't, and neither do you, okay? You are free to listen to music however you want. I love it when people try to tell me how I have to listen to music. Man, you guys. I have absolutely no words for you people. I also want everybody to keep in mind, Supervised Chaos used his prioritized request for the last 3 months to have me listen to these 3 songs. And he's calling the shots, you know, and I'm going to end with this. To all the individuals who are griping and moaning and groaning and complaining and are outraged that Supervised Chaos didn't, you know, put all 3 somehow, some way, you know, to be all in order. Guys, you don't like how he did it? That's fine. That's not a problem. You want that to happen? You can do what he did, you know, and you can pony up for it, okay? It's really that simple. So don't go and, you know, complain about it. You should, guys, in all honesty, be grateful. Just be grateful that Supervised Chaos chose to spend his hard-earned money to prioritize these 3 songs in order, the order in which they appear on the album, so that you all can see me react to the 3 songs. Just be grateful for it, okay? Because otherwise, I'm telling you right now, if you were to make the request right now for me to do this, it would be down at the bottom of the queue, and you'll be waiting at least 2 to 3 years before that happens. So just enjoy it. Be grateful that Supervised Chaos did it and that we did it here on the show. And we had a good time with all 3 songs, okay? So that's where we're at, 7.8. I feel good with that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.8, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.